Hey, don't know if anybody's out there yet. So I'll give it a, there we go. Yeah, this is just a straight hangout. I was just testing OBS. Looks like I still have some tinkering to do with it. I'll get Irate Bear probably to sit down with me in a private hangout and figure it out. Hey, Corey. So, as I started to say before we started getting a lot of delay and whatnot, if you've heard the news, YouTube has now made it where you have to have 1,000 subs and, not or, but and 4,000 hours of watch time. Um, Now I'm close to 1,000 subs. That's not the issue. And the issue is not my money because I've made a total of $35 in the well over a year that I've done this off of YouTube. I'm not even close to 4,000 hours of watch time, a little over half that. But what ticks me off is I get it. I understand that there's probably a business move. They're trying to get their advertisers to come back. But this is crap for us small YouTube creators like me. And I just don't have the time under my present circumstances to make videos every day. I have a hard time getting one or two out a week right now. So I don't know. Just wanted to rant about it. I woke up to that this morning. It really kind of rustled my jimmies, if that's the way you want to put it. Yeah, I know, John, and trust me, I was there. I started out all pretty small, but comparatively to people that started at the same time I did, who are in the 25 to 30,000 subscriber range, and I'm at 800 something. Yeah, I'm still pretty small. Hey, I'm okay with that. But if they're going to take away my, hey, G. Bronner, if they're going to make it impossible for me to even monetize because I'm small, I just don't know what to think about that. No, I try not to be a lolcow. I'm also not a drama hound. I don't like drama. I really, really don't like drama. It does nothing for me. If you like it, hey, Sylvanus, if you like it, then fine, good on you. I just get nothing out of it. It feels juvenile and sophomoric to me. But that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm just too old for it. I don't know. Maybe that's it. But the point I'm trying to make here, I just don't know what to think about all this. Like I said, I get it. I know it's probably a business move, trying to attract more advertisers. I'm not real sure how this is going to do that because it's not so much all the small channels that are making. I mean, look at the recent drama over the Logan video, and he's a huge YouTuber. So I don't know how that's going to stop any of that crap. I just don't get it, and I'm afraid what it's going to do is it's going to take us small people, those that aren't as stubborn as I am, because I'm not going anywhere. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shutting down my channel. I'm too stubborn. Screw YouTube. They can kiss my wrinkly old butt. But what it's going to do is take people that aren't as stubborn as I am, and they're going to think, what's even the point? How can I even get to that point? How can I survive to then? How can I get better equipment till then? And the other problem for me is I have a problem asking for money. I don't mind getting paid for what I work for, but that's what the advertising revenue is supposed to be for. I finally started a Patreon, and I'm very thankful for all my patrons, but it's still quite small. I don't have 1,000 subs. I can't do super chat. I guess I can look into Streamlabs. You know, I really do. I have a Patreon, but and I have 4 patrons, but it's still quite small right now. As I say, I appreciate every one of my patrons, but honestly, monthly, it wouldn't even buy me a pack of cigarettes if I still smoked store-bought cigarettes. Um, so until I get more of an outreach and bigger, that's not going to happen. If I can get back to doing regular content, I can see that I could break 1,000 subs pretty quickly. However, I'm just a bit over halfway to 400,000 view hours. And you have, the way I read it, the way I understand it, you have to have both. And it just drives me nuts. Now, I've been talking to some of the other creators, and they said, well, you're going to have to network, which I'm not good with either. I'm not good with shilling myself. I'm just not. It just feels wrong to me. It goes against my nature. My mother taught me not to toot my own horn, and I guess it just dug in deeper than I thought. Just a second, sip of coffee here. And I'm not going to do giveaways. I'm not going to do content I don't care about just to stick a video out every day. They say, well, you got to make videos longer than 10 minutes. Well, if you all watch my content, that's not a problem with me. Yeah, I can reach. I don't know. It just upset me. Not so much for me, because like I said, I'm not making any money off this anyway. I've made an entire $35, and I've been doing this a year last September. $35. I started at the wrong time, because right after I started, then they started messing around with monetization and all of that. Hey, Tim. I would greet you all in the chat, but my keyboard on my laptop is still screwed up. One of these days, I'm going to get an external keyboard, a cheap one. But until then, I'll just greet you over the air. I don't know. What do you all think about it? Is it just a big FU to us small creators? I'm not. I've heard others talk about it, but a lot of it makes no sense to me. I don't see how this is supposed to get them more advertisers. Because it's not just small channels with few views that are putting out terrible videos. Like I said, look at the Logan video of the suicide. There's big channels doing this crap too. And even in our own community, those that are causing drama are at or around 1,000 subscribers, and they do live streams all the time. So they're going to get 4,000 hours of view time pretty quickly. A lot quicker than me, because I don't live stream very often. I'm going to have to start getting back to it. I really want to, especially if I break 1,000 subs. And I am going to look into Streamlabs. Because they take a smaller cut than YouTube does when I do get to 1,000 subs. Like I said, it's not that I don't care to get paid for creating content and for my entertainment. It's just there's a point where I feel like a sellout. So if I start doing giveaways and promotions, that feels like a sellout. If I start doing content I don't care about just to get a video out every day, that feels like a sellout. And I have to agree with Tim. I get your point, John, and yeah, it might lose them a lot of money. Um, Perhaps that's it, but it just doesn't feel like that. Uh, I don't know why you're getting buffering. Shouldn't be getting any buffering at this point. I'm not using OBS. This is just a straight Hangouts. Um, maybe they're trying to get to the skeptics. Of course, I never claimed to be part of the skeptic community. I get it that we've got to have a label so that when you talk about a genre, that people know what you're talking about. I feel like I'm more anti-stupid because if you're a fellow creator in this genre and you do something stupid, I'm still going to call you out. Try to do so without drama, because as I said before, I hate drama, and I've got to the point now I don't care who all out there because some of my friends are involved in it. I don't care which of you know I hate your drama. I wish you'd knock it off. You act like a bunch of 15-year-old kids. I thought I got through with this garbage when I got out of junior high school, but that's probably a 2-hour live stream for somewhere down the road. It's not what I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, I get how they fawn all over the celebrities, and I don't intend to make money hand over fist. I would like to supplement my income, sure, but even if I don't, I'm going to continue to do this and continue to try to put out what content I can, what ideas I can. But I'm not going to just start throwing out content just to have something out on my channel. I'm not going to do that. That's just not me. Now, if others want to do that, that's their business. And I get it. This is a business. My channel is a business, and I have to treat it somewhat as a business. But even businesses have to have a line, a moral line that they won't cross. And I'm just not going to do that. Yeah, I wish we could ban him, Tim, and I don't blame the Japanese government for banning him. That was really over the top. Especially, it's well known that in that forest, people commit suicide, and that there's a good chance you may run across a body. That's why they call it the suicide forest. But you should cut that out. You don't put that in your video. But we all know that. And you're right, John. There's no moral line with Google. I give up looking for that with them, and I know that I'm not in their most favorite genre. Still, is it right? At least in part because we they don't like us, and that's pretty evident. I mean, my videos, while they were monetizing, uh, even my NFL live streams were demonetized the second they started. And that was just a sports stream. So yeah, don't tell me they don't have a blacklist of creators that they don't like, because I'm pretty sure the evidence kind of points to the dude. But I don't know. I'm just ranting. I'm letting a lot of stuff off my just getting some stuff off my chest. I've been kind of MIA the past few weeks. When all the drama crap started right before Christmas, I just didn't have time for it. I got sick of seeing it and hearing it on YouTube. I got sick of seeing it on Twitter. And so I took a break from it. Now I've been coming back a little more on Twitter. Haven't done much on my YouTube channel yet, but we'll get back to that. It's a little tough for me, and I'm not crying the blues, but it is what it is. I help raise 4 grandchildren, so it's really hard to find time to record and to edit when I'm not trying to watch 4 grandkids who will be home in an hour. So I'll have to end this live stream before that. But you know, there's people like me that would like to go make a go of a channel, and we just can't possibly stick out daily content. And this rule just leaves us swinging in the wind. And I know it's nothing new. And I know we shouldn't be surprised when Google pulls this crap on us, but I don't know. I woke up to it and it really rubbed me the wrong way. Actually, John, you left, but I've thought about at least doing a recording in it and incorporated it, you know, kind of like Ranting Monkey does his granddaughter saying, "Ranting Monkey," you know, or "Your life makes me sad," something like that into my videos. If I can get all 10 of them together, yes, you heard me right, 10 grandkids. If I can get them all 10 together to say something for me, I might do that. But I don't know. It just really ticked me off. Well, I've never been outside this country, Rotten Beast. I'd like to. I've had a couple of opportunities, just couldn't get the money up. I'd like to go to another country, but I don't see that happening in anytime soon. Tim, I would love to show my grandkids on camera, but I don't want to dox them. There's already enough information out there. It's already well known where I live, as far as the city and so forth, and my face is well out there. So I just don't want to make it any easier on people, causing my family any grief, because I have certain opinions that other people are going to agree with. How long of a drive to Canada for me, John? I drove to Detroit, which is on the Canadian line. 10 hours, maybe 12, depending on traffic. I live in Indianapolis. You can look it up on a map of the U.S. And I think it took me somewhere, well, maybe not that long. I think it took me somewhere between probably about 8 hours to get from here to Detroit. And Detroit is right on the Canadian border, so maybe not that long, maybe about 8 hours. It just depends a lot on traffic. But I woke up, seen that on Twitter. I was already in a bad mood. If you don't follow me on Twitter, or if you didn't see the tweet, my son, J Kid, who's on my NFL live streams, yeah, I'm not too far from Monkey, Sylvanus. He crashed his car last Friday, which was also his birthday, because the roads were bad. Still drivable, but it's pretty messed up. And then 2 days ago, my wife totaled her car, which she hasn't owned very long. It's a convertible. She hasn't even owned it long enough to have the top down, because it's been too cold. And it's a total loss. J Kid's fine. My wife is fine. It's just that now we are down to driving a 15-year-old minivan that has no heat. And it's extremely cold, right? It's cold enough that they've been given the school 2-hour delays because they don't want the kids out at this bus stop in that kind of cold. No, I'm not going to invade Canada, WR. But so I'm already ticked off. I don't like all the drama going on. My cars are going down left and right because my son's car is technically in our name. We were paying for it. We're still paying for it, even though now it's crashed. At least my wife's car was paid off, but she only had what we call PLPD insurance, not full coverage. It was a hit and run. So if we're going to get any money out of it, we're going to have to sue the guy that hit her. And that's going to be a long process. I don't know really what we're going to do at this point because we can't keep driving this van with no heat. It's cold enough that it frosts up on the inside of the window. So I'm having a bad week, a bad few weeks, or at least I wouldn't say bad. I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist. I just say there's been a lot of things ticking me off lately, and I log in and I see all that YouTube crap on Twitter, and it really honked me off. So that's where I'm at. That's why I've said what I said. Lately, I've been spending a lot of time doing Twitch streams with Irate Bear and some other friends off of Discord, playing a lot of a game called Warcraft. Or not Warcraft, I'm sorry, Warframe. I do that all the time. Addicted to that game. If you play it, look me up on there. We'll play together sometime. It's the reason I was hoping to get OBS figured out, because I had ideas of maybe streaming some games while I just give my opinion in the background. Not just playing out gaming streams, but just me playing games while I'm giving my opinion, and maybe even having other people in Hangouts at the same time that I talk to about whatever subjects while I also play a video game like Borderlands or something that I enjoy playing. I know that's an old game, but I like playing it, and it's fun to play and fun to watch. My name on Steam is the same as it is on here. Just make sure you get the E in the middle. Yeah, if worse comes to worse, we'll get a heater. It heats up. It's just that the blower, the controls to the air conditioning and the blower and all that are all messed up, and the blower doesn't work. So there's just barely a little heat coming out of the vents, not even enough to defrost the windows. But I was hoping to get OBS working better today, in order to maybe in the future try out that idea. It's looking like maybe not. I'm thinking the problem's probably just my potato of a laptop, which I'm not going to be able to afford to do any better until I start making some money off of YouTube. It's just the way it is. I'm disabled. I can't work, and there's an issue why they're not giving me disability, so I'm making zero dinero at the moment. Long story. I would work. I'd love to work. I would. It'd get me out of the house, and you just feel better about yourself when you get out and you work, but I just can't. I'm disabled. I can't stand on my feet more than a few minutes without serious pain, and I can't sit without being able to get my feet propped up in front of me for more than a few minutes without serious pain. So it is like a skull. That's it, Tim. I don't have it turned on right now, but if you want to send me a friend request, I'll accept it as soon as I get Steam turned back on. I don't play Warframe through Steam. Some people do. But yeah, I wished Warframe crossed over Rotten Beast between PC and Xbox One and PS4, but it doesn't. There's some other YouTubers. Cognitive Thought is one that's just recently started playing it on PC because he was playing it on PS4, and now he has to start all over. But it's a very addictive game. At least for me, I'm very addictive. And hey, you know, there's nothing wrong with doing what's fun for you, and it's fun for me. And it kept my mind off of all the drama, because all this calling out people and trying to destroy other channels that's been going on just really irks me. And if if I kept seeing it, kept watching it, didn't do something to get my mind off of it, I was going to get my 2 cents in it. Then I'd be involved in it. And I don't want involved in it. Well, you could still play Warframe with me, Tim, if you're playing it on your PC. It does not need Steam to play. I know some people download it. I downloaded it straight from their site. I play with Randy, or not Randy, with Irate Bear and Dax O'Ryan, and they both play through Steam, but I don't. So yeah, you can still, if you're playing Warframe, I can still play with you. But it won't cross over between PC and Xbox One and PS4 and all that stuff. I'm actually working on getting my Anaros blueprints right now, Rotten Beast. I have a few frames. Uh, uh, I have Chrono, which was gifted to me by a subscriber, which I really appreciated. Of course, I started out with Excalibur. I have Neza. I have Oberon. I've just finished Rhino. I'm working on that. And I'm building Wukong at the moment. You can't suck any worse than I did, Tim. I'm old, and my reaction time is very off of what these younger people are. But yet I still have a lot of fun. We could play sometime. Maybe I can show you some tips. But yeah, we all, Irate Bear and Dax and even Cog Thought and some other, we all run together every once in a while. But yeah, that's what I've been doing with my time between that and also replaying Borderlands 2. I had it on my Xbox, but I didn't have it on PC, and another subscriber bought it for me on Steam. And I love Borderlands 2. I love that game. I also play Civilization 5 since I can't afford 6 right now, but I play 5 a lot with J-Kid, my son. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of gaming. I do got to get to making some content. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, since a lot of you subscribe to me. I'm going to be honest with you. I've hit kind of a wall. Nothing has stuck out to me. Hey, I need to make a video on this. And if I don't feel that way about a video, I can't make it because it doesn't feel right to me. That's why I would have a hard time putting a video out every day, because I'm very selective on what I talk about. I really, really enjoy doing the videos that I've done that have a historical bent to them. That's my favorite. But it's hard to come up with those on a regular basis. Oh, hi, Atlas. Didn't realize that was you. Yeah, when you guys change names, I don't know who you are. When you do it on Twitter, I don't know who you are half the time. I'll look at it as, why am I following this person? And then it'll hit me. Oh, okay. I get it now. I'm old. Takes a while for the old brain to engage. Anyway, that's my rant. That's a little bit about what's going on with me. Hang in there if you're a subscriber. I am going to do an 800 subscriber live stream very soon in appreciation of breaking 800 subs. Sylvanus, I haven't posted anything on Minds hardly anymore. I'm just not getting much reaction out of it much anymore. Riverwind. Okay, Tim. All right. But I am going to do that, hopefully to have some special guests. I'm working on the background, not going to give a lot of detail, but I am working on a collaboration video along with some other people with Weibo Jones. Be looking for that. Should be good. I was just talking to her on Twitter earlier today about it. I think it's going. You guys are going to like what it is that we're working on, that we're going to come up with. So there will be some content. But there's just no way. The only way I can see to even get 400,000 view hours is to put long videos on the daily, and I just don't know how I can pull that off. But I mean, it is what it is. For me, I'm not. I may sound terribly upset. I'm more upset for other smaller creators that might be trying to depend on this on a livelihood. I would like to make some money off of YouTube. It would certainly help our situation monetarily, but it's not a have to case. I'm still going to run my channel and put my opinion out there until he runs me off. Hi, Bear. I've just been ranting, buddy, about whatever pops in my mind. Just giving my opinion about the recent YouTube news and the drama and stuff like that. I also tried out OBS, and it was starting to get very choppy and everything on me. So I still got some work to do on it. You and I need to get together at some point in a chat and maybe help me get my situation figured out with OBS. And maybe we won't. It might just be my old computer. I don't, yeah, Alice, I don't want to just do just straight gaming streams, though. That's the reason my idea maybe show a gaming stream. Is going to, what I'm talking about is, just talking to people or giving my opinion while I'm playing a game, not just straight out playing a game stream. Kind of a hybrid of what we already do on streams and a gaming stream. Just an idea, but it's going to have to wait until I get OBS straightened out. Hey, Bear, if you want to come in, I'll send you a link on either Twitter or Discord, whichever you want to do. Don't know if you've got the time or even want to right now. I'm just talking and ranting, and I haven't reached out and touched base with my subscribers for a while. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, Bear, give me a second, guys. Let me get this out to Bear. I'm not even sure I've got Twitter open. That's how much attention to Twitter I've been paying of late, which is almost none. I'll check it 2 or 3 times a day. Sylvanus will tell you that I don't check it very often because she sent me a DM that I didn't get till well after. Okay, link is on its way to you, son. Does that make me Estes? I don't know. I don't know. No, it's not minding. I already tried the OBS. I'm still getting, it was better, not near the delay, but I was getting a lot of buffering. to the point that it was getting annoying. So I shut it down. I'm still going to have to tinker with it some.
Good evening.
Good evening, son. How are you?
I'm not too bad, Dad. How are you?
Oh, just ranting.
That's fair enough.
Just getting stuff off my chest.
Sometimes you have to, dude.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, it really doesn't bother me because I'm not making any money off this anyway. It really doesn't. But for smaller creators that are coming up, it bothers me for them. You know?
Yeah, I get you. And it leaves a lot of questions open because YouTube yet again decided to be extremely vague about stuff. It doesn't help at all when they're vague like this. I mean, as I was just saying in the chat and I just put on Twitter, will streams count? And when we talk streams, because YouTube does differentiate between the different types of live streams, they created the whole sponsor thing specifically for gaming live streams. So will that count?
Yeah. And if it does, I guess a lot of us will start doing more streams, which I don't do very often.
Well, unless you're a gamer, you don't grow by streaming. The only way you can truly grow as a streamer is if you get a shout out from a much larger YouTuber or several larger YouTubers.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to figure out OBS, which I did try out earlier. I did not have near the delay that I had the last time, so it's getting better, but I was getting buffering. So that's why I shut it down and just switched over to a regular Hangout. But
what I will do is I will send you my settings for OBS.
Okay.
And I'll screenshot them, and then you can copy them and see if that works.
Sure. It may just be that my old laptop just won't handle it.
Well, I mean, if you have problems with that, then we can always mess with the settings to make it easier on the laptop and your internet connection.
Yeah.
Which is not too difficult to do, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, I just have this idea in my head of simultaneously streaming a game like playing Borderlands or Warframe or something like that, while I'm also is kind of a hybrid between that and what we already do on live streams, talking with people and whatnot. Might not work, but hey, not every idea you get works, huh?
Exactly. And to address Rotten Beast in the chat, who disagrees with my saying that streaming channels don't grow, the thing is he had a lot of help from bigger YouTubers, a lot of YouTubers at that as well. So at the end of the day, he's had some very big names on his channel. He's had Andy Warski, he's had Destiny, he's had Brittany Venti, he's had Metica, he's had Bearing several times, he's had Vion plenty of times.
Yeah.
And because of people like Andy, people know where the internet blood sports go down. That's why he's grown so well.
And let's be honest, guys. Drama sells. I get that.
And it's not. I'm just sorry to interrupt you, Blobbing. And obviously, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. People enjoy his channel. That's why he gets over 1,000 viewers every time he starts live streaming. So good on him.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Drama's not my thing. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. If you do, good on you. But it does sell.
It does. It's especially on YouTube. You know, it's you'll often find that it's universal on YouTube. It's not just our corner of YouTube. It's all over YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what genre you're in, to be honest.
So you're an alt-right furry. Justified Attitude says. I know what that's about because you and I have been talking.
I'm not happy. I was so much more offended that they called me a furry.
It's not the alt-right part that bothers you. It's the alt-right furry part.
I've been called a Nazi and a fascist before. That's nothing new to me. I've had people be outright racist to me, right? And that's still not as bad as being called a furry.
Nope. He's been bare, huh?
It's so demoralizing when someone adds you. That's the second time that's happened, man. The second time.
Uh, and I don't. Why? Because you use an animal avatar, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, what gets me the first time when it happened, okay, I had a furry avatar. I had, the bear.
Hmm.
But I got added to this list after I changed my avatar to my actual face. So,
I actually miss the Limp Biscuit bear that you started out with.
oh, don't call it a limb. Right, for those who don't know, when I first started doing YouTube, how big was I? How many subs did I have when that hit piece came out?
Oh my gosh, not more than 2 or 3 thousand, maybe.
Yeah, I was still very, very, very small around the time. 2, 3,000 subs. And then next thing you know, in my discussion tab, Logic rocks up and says, by the way, there's a hit piece on you. Right. And I was like, oh, Logic, also hit piece. What? and Vice.com had wrote an article, and the article primarily focused on me and Sargon for some reason. And Paul Joseph Watson and Miss Misa. And the article just basically called us conservative blowhards, even though at the time I didn't consider myself a conservative. At the time, I was very, very much a centrist. If anything, I've shifted my political leaning since then. So it was just an utter lie about me. And he described my avatar as a bear in a Limp Bizkit outfit, right? And the Scribe kept using that to insult me.
I recall. That's why I said it.
I remember sitting there going, oh my God. Yeah.
I don't even use this avatar in my videos anymore. I just keep it because of recognition. When people see it, they know, hey, that's Bloodwing. Maybe I'll get around to changing it to the animated avatar that I actually use now in my videos. But, it is representative of me. I am an old fart. I could show you a face cam right now that would prove it. But
did you just say that you're an alt fart or an old fart?
I'm an old fart.
Okay.
Although, who knows what alt is anymore, or alt-right? Like, we've had that conversation.
Yeah, it's very difficult now trying to define these things, especially when you look at it and you realize actually none of these things are monoliths.
No, but I'm definitely right of center. There's no denying that. But no, I don't think I fit even the vaguest description of what alt-right is.
Yeah. Oh, that story you told me about the Nazis on Twitter always gets me.
Oh yeah, if you guys have not, I'll tell it real quick. If you guys know me, I have a hard time telling a short story. That's just who I am. On Twitter, a month or so ago, I had actual Nazis trying to recruit me. I thought they were teasing at first, but they soon let me know, no, they weren't teasing. They actually wanted me to join their group. They're Nazis. And I responded back, well, thank you, but no, I'm not sure how my grandchildren would take that. And they responded back, what do you mean? I said, well, out of 10 grandkids, I have 4 that are half black and 4 that are half Apache Indian. They might not like that Peppo is a Nazi. And with that, I hadn't even mentioned Jews at all. Another one posted, oh, the Jews have ruined your family makeup, dude. And I come back, oh, really? Well, seeing how my maternal grandfather was a German Jew, he might have something to say about that. But thank you, and it was a nice talk.
You should have said, now the KKK does better barbecue chicken.
That probably is very true.
It probably is true.
We Southerners do know how to do a barbecue.
Well, there you go. So at least you wouldn't have been wrong.
Nope. No, not at all. Not at all. I wished my grill wasn't messed up. I'd be grilling even out there in the cold, because it's only like 3 steps from my back door. So.
Oh, that's all right then.
But
keep you nice and warm as well.
Yeah, but the fitting to the propane tank rusted off, so I have to get new fitting.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I can't remember what I was going to say now. I was going to say something. In fact, I'll let you continue talking. I'll just take some screenshots of my OBS for you.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I've pretty much got my rant out. Nothing we can do about what YouTube's doing anyway, guys. I mean, you just kind of have to accept it and go on. It doesn't. To me, it's really not. It's no skin off me, but you know, there's, like I said, there's younger YouTubers, smaller YouTubers coming up that might get discouraged before they get to the point that they can monetize their stuff.
The next PewDiePie, you know.
Mm-hmm. And that smoking another one.
You're right there, mate.
Smut, yo, yeah. Smoke another one there, old fart. Jeez.
I'm going to send this image to you.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a quick note. Where it says bitrate, I have it set to 3,500. Mm-hmm. I think YouTube can go up to 10,000, but try 3,500. If that doesn't work, try 2,500.
Okay.
But you should be okay. You should be okay.
I will take a look at it here after a bit.
Because I've got British internet, right? So, you know, so
I'm on Comcast, which is about all that's available in my area, even though I live in a city of about 1 million people.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of options out there. And
well, this is the point I was trying to bring up regarding net neutrality, because America just doesn't. Well, I really, there's something like 2,000 internet providers or something like that, but the majority of people have very, very little choice, which isn't really a free market. And then if there's only like three, what is it, AT&T, Verizon, and Comcast?
Right.
Yeah.
I think
Britain still has internet. Isn't that too much hate speech? Says the German, by the way. Sorry, Bloodwing.
No, you're fine. We have AT&T, which I've tried, didn't like, and Comcast. Other areas of town, instead of Comcast, they have other cable companies like Time Warner. But right here where I live, it's just you've got those two, and that's it. Places way out in the boondocks, like where Ranting Monkey lives, you might have only one choice if you want internet. And I'm telling you, I guarantee they do throttle me sometimes. You and I have run into that just chatting on Discord.
Well, we couldn't quite pinpoint it, to be fair. I mean, it was me. I think it was me at first, and it might have been you.
Yep. Well, certain hours of the day, I'm pretty sure they throttle me when I try to game. If I'm using up a lot of bandwidth, I'll notice it starts slowing down. But hey, that's just my conspiracy theory.
It's possible. It's possible. I've just had a reply from one of my tweets. I don't actually know what the reply is from. I think the tweet might have been deleted, but it's from the anti-SJW.
Okay.
Looking at the profile, critiquing the cancerous anti-SJW movement, which is trying to undo the social progress made over the last 50 years and halt additional progress. Oh, cancer. The alt-right is racist. They're simply a more presentable version of the alt-right, and the alt-right, of course, are neo-Nazis.
Okay. Well, I guess I just don't like labels, but I get it. We've got to have a label to, you know, when you say, well, you know, the skeptic community, so people know what kind of video you're talking about. I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm not a skeptic.
No, I get why one of the reasons why I don't call myself a skeptic, why I've never called myself a skeptic, is the idea of if you give yourself that label, then it implies you having to be skeptical of everything, and you can't ever make a mistake.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then where it's like there's a very good reason why I'm a skeptic gets hammered.
Yep.
Especially by people like Tilde.
Yeah.
You know, so how very skeptical of you when you make a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, and plus, the skeptic doesn't even apply to the community that we've been a part of for the last year and a half.
No,
Skeptic applies to the anti-theists.
Yeah, it is a spinoff of that old community, the old anti-Christian or anti-religion. You know, the atheist community, which became the skeptic community, and now we have whatever it is we're called now. It is a spinoff of it, but no. I have an analogy I make. A true skeptic, let's say you walk up on a car in a Walmart parking lot, and it's the dead of summer. It's really hot out. All the windows are rolled up, and there's a little kid locked in the car. What do? A skeptic walks around the car looking at it, trying to consider all angles and discuss all angles. Meanwhile, the kid is dying of heat. I would rather either call the cops or pick something up and break the window and save that kid. You know? Yeah. Sometimes you just got to take a stand.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine being skeptical of absolutely everything in life? Yeah. Be miserable.
Yeah.
Be absolutely miserable, man. There'd be no time for empathy or love, relationships, friendships.
No.
Because you're too busy questioning everything. Sometimes I realize that I myself I'm a control freak, but sometimes you have to let go.
Yeah, you do. And you know, sometimes you just got to take a stand, you know, on an issue or on a thing. And it's okay to disagree with that. You know, I hear Randy Monkey say that all the time, and Scribe saying it's okay to disagree. And it is. It's okay to disagree. It's all in how you disagree. But yeah, plus it's no secret. I'm a Christian. I keep that faith to myself. So yeah, that would in and of itself disallows me from being a part of the skeptic community.
Just to address Rotten Beast again, because he's misinterpreted me again. I'm overplaying the skeptical aspect of the skeptic community. Yes, but giving yourself the label of skeptic suggests that you are skeptical of everything.
Oh, there's Hi, I Think I'm Real. Hey, buddy. I don't think I've ever seen you on my channel before. Welcome. Excuse me. But yeah.
I shall be back in a moment, Bloodwing.
Okay. I just wish we could come up with a title that was more representative of what we really are, rather than the, you can't see my air quotes, skeptic community. Something a little more representative of what we really are, because it's really not the skeptic community anymore. And hey, BG, yeah, hey, and it's no secret. My faith is no secret. I just keep it to myself. It's a personal thing. It's not a part of my content. You won't find it in any content. It's not a part in any of my comments or tweets or anything. Yeah, Hi, I think that you're right. It's being used as a pejorative more than...
I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome back, son.
Yeah, I've been having a debate for the last 2 hours in DMs with Tailed. Would have made a great live stream. Kind of wished I had the time when we started the debate to actually make it into a live stream. Very interesting. We were talking about Sargon's...
the liberalist
movement. And after all this time, I come to the conclusion that the best thing for him to do is not a movement, but rather alternative media.
Yeah.
The man has the power and influence and money to make it so.
I've got to watch his videos on this because a couple of people have asked my opinion on it, and I can only base it on what others have told me about it because I haven't actually watched them. But I got to sit down and get them watched so I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I think there's like 3 live streams, and there's 1 or 2 videos. Well, from Sargon himself, I'm fairly sure V has done a couple of videos on the topic.
Oh my
It's interesting.
gosh.
It's interesting. Yeah. I don't like the name of it, but it's interesting.
Yeah. It's just, again, I hate labels.
Unfortunately, it's inescapable.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather call myself anti-stupid.
Yeah, that's what Egal calls himself, or anti-bully, anyway.
Yeah. I miss Egal. I wish he was around more.
Well, he's on Twitter. He's on Twitter all the time.
Yeah, he's on Twitter all the time, but I used to live stream with him quite often.
Is he not in a position to live stream?
The last I heard, he was not.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Hey,
I find Egal brings a different perspective.
Yeah, I like Egal a lot. He's a very nice guy.
I've met him IRL, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did. You did.
Yeah, very nice man.
Your WR says he's pro stupid. He finds them funny. Yeah, I like to laugh at the stupid people, but that's for sure.
Depends on the type of stupid.
Yeah, there's some things that are even just too stupid for me. There's some things that are just too stupid for me. But yeah,
there's a point in the chat there, Bloodwing. I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
No, go ahead.
From Christopher there saying this. Hold on. Sorry. Carry on, please, Bloodwing. What are you doing, Baba?
Hello.
Hi, Alfie.
He can't hear you, Bloodwing. What are you doing, Baba?
Oh,
well, can you get out? I'm trying to have a cigarette.
I watch YouTube.
Woman!
Hi, I know that sometimes I'm stupid. We're all stupid at some point or another. That's how I've managed to get to the age that I am, because I've learned from being stupid.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, the point I was going to bring up is what Christopher says. This community is willing to talk to anyone and talk about it, anything openly. Well, no, I wouldn't say that's strictly true. At least it hasn't been in my experience. I think it's more so now than what it was before.
Yeah.
Which is good to see. I'm glad to see it. More and more people are debating and talking to each other and discussing ideas more now than ever.
Yeah, and we should. As I said earlier, disagreement is fine. I like discussion of different ideas. I don't like shouting matches, but I do like discussion of different ideas and so forth. You know, nothing wrong with that.
Shut up, Real.
Alfie's cool. I like Alfie.
Yeah, he'll be down here about 20 more times in the next hour, I'm sure. Oh dear.
He's going to grow up to rule us all.
I'll tell you what, that kid. Fairly certain that he's just a really hyper child. Can never calm the boy down no matter what.
Yeah.
Threw a massive strop this morning. No idea why. My
11-year-old grandson and my 8-year-old granddaughter are very hyper like that. They don't mouth off much, not to me anyway. They know better. But yeah, they're usually bouncing off the walls. Well, you've heard me in the background before when you and I are playing games. Hey, will you guys knock it off? Before I punch you in the face.
Yeah, it's funny because I never raise my voice. I save it as a last resort, really. That way it shocks him more.
See you, WR. Well, I'm a big mouth. I'm loud, as you can probably tell. One of the reasons is I'm hard of hearing, but I come from a long line of big mouths.
I come from a long line of Brookshires.
Yeah. If I really raise my voice, I've been known to seriously rattle the windows. I can make the windows rattle in their frame.
I want to hear that. In fact, I want to see that.
You don't want to hear it on a mic, trust me.
Oh, I've got headphones in. Please don't test it now.
But yeah.
I'm fairly sure because of Sinatra, I now have tinnitus. Because he's got that soundboard.
Yeah.
If I ever set foot back on American soil, I'm going to his house and I'm shoving it up his ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think you come in after I mentioned. I've been talking to Weebo Jones a little bit on Twitter today, and she's invited me to be a part of a project she's doing that everybody should watch out for. I'll drop a little hint. They might get to hear the old man sing.
Ah.
If you're brave enough.
Are you going to be singing on a diss track?
Well, I don't want to give away too much. It's just me and some other creators that are going to work with her on it. I don't have all the details right now, but yeah. Supposedly, I will be singing. So look for that. BG, trust me, none of y'all want me to raise my voice. I'm very good at coming from the diaphragm.
Oh, good. One knows how to project himself.
Oh, absolutely. Without giving a whole lot of my personal life, I've done a lot of public speaking in my lifetime. Different size crowds. And one time I was speaking to a crowd of about 3,000 or 4,000 people. And
are you Boss Hog?
No. But, hey, Data. But they turned on the microphone for me, and I told them I don't need that. Trust me, I do not need that microphone. So we turned it off, and they came to me afterwards and said, "Boy, you're sure right."
Honestly, I've just come back from my stepson's school because they had a big presentation on for the GCSEs that they'll do for over a period of 3 years.
Right.
And their head teacher does not know how to project himself, so he has a microphone in this echoey as fuck hall.
Oh my goodness!
And I'm sat there, and I'm sat at the back. Right, I can see that he's talking, but I can't hear a word he's saying, even with the mic.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at that. I just got a new subscriber, and I appreciate all my subscribers. You're familiar with this person, Bear?
Right. Is it Vanilla Bear?
No, I think Vanilla Bear's already subscribed to me, I think. And if she's not, why not Vanilla?
We a bit of that authority came out in the voice.
Who's your favorite communist?
Commie in space?
Yeah, boy.
Ah. Well, I did share the link on Twitter, so
welcome, Commie. Yeah, I thought you were Vanilla. I really thought you were. Hey, Ghost Dog.
There he is. Hello, Human Waste. I've seen him arguing on Twitter earlier. Something about the number of people that have been killed by communism or something like that. Wrench, but don't give her a wrench. Trust me, she'll abuse the power.
You know, you mentioned that you shared this on Twitter. The one stream that done the best, and I don't know if you remember, it was when I came on and was just it was talking about the Minotaur situation.
Oh, yeah.
That stream blew up. I couldn't believe it. At one time I had over 100 viewers, which is huge for me.
That is very good.
Couldn't believe it. I had people like Omega and everybody else showing up out in the chat. And Suit Yourself showed up.
Well, it was a drama that involved myself, Suit Yourself, Omegon, Minotaur himself, a few others as well, and Cog.
Yeah, yeah, and I was involved with it too. I gave the guy a lot of help in the background, a lot of help. Hi, you're probably not aware, but I do a weekly NFL live stream. Yeah, I picked the Rams to go a little further, and they did. So,
don't give communists in space a wrench.
Oh, I'm not planning on it. I'm not like most streamers. I'm kind of stingy with my wrenches. A little bit stingy with my wrenches. Yeah. You go on some of these live streams and everybody has a wrench.
Well, I tried it. I did try it myself. After you know, I saw that Tonka did it, and I was like, oh, I don't really fancy it. I saw Sinatra do it, and I thought that maybe if I could give everyone a wrench, there might be a way to abuse the streaming algorithm. Something I've never been able to figure out. No, I didn't do anything. So I actually sat there for a good half an hour with Drunken Uncle after an episode of Ghost Poo. Removing everyone's wrenches.
You didn't remove mine, did you? I've had one on your channel forever.
Well, I took away everybody's, right? And basically, as I stream, I'll give people back their wrenches who I initially gave wrenches to.
Yeah. Because geez. I think I've had a wrench on your channel for well over a year.
Yeah, dude. So we know each other for a while now.
Yeah, we did. Me, you, Ranny Monkey, Scribelight, Tailed Feature. And there's some others. We all started at about the same time. I mean, you were doing YouTube channel before, but you started this genre at about the same time that.
Yeah, I actually started YouTube in the April, I think. And I was doing different stuff, trying out different things before I finally settled on an idea. And that's only because Bearing reached out to me, which I was extremely surprised by, because I was just a simple gaming channel with less than 100 subs. You know, I was basically a gaming story time channel. And along comes Bearing, and he's like, oh, I can offer to speak to you on Skype. And I was a massive fan of Bearing then as well. I was like, fucking hell, this is a really big YouTuber. And, you know, we spoke for about half an hour, and he convinced me to do this. So haven't looked back since.
We all started doing this about the same time. Became aware of each other on Minds, I think, is kind of how we kind of become aware of each other.
That's how me and Scribe met anyway. Scribe and I.
I think that's how I got your attention. Which you were one of the first people to have me. Base Mama was the first person to have me on a live stream, but you were one of the first to have me on a live stream.
I think we met through one of Base Mama's live streams, didn't we?
Very well could have been. Very well could have been. And then it was on your streams, I think, that I met Scribe and Monkey. Oh, Vanilla Bear says that you saw Charlie?
Yes, I did see Charlie today. Sorry, I completely forgot. But Charlie goes to the same high school as my stepson does. And well, I don't really want to say too much on live stream and stuff. But the school hasn't been putting much effort into including him. And because tonight was basically, for those who don't know, GCSEs are like your diploma that you get when you finish high school. They are the thing that sets you up for work or going to college and university.
Got it.
They're very, very big exams. And tonight was all about learning about how you can go about choosing what subjects you'd like to do, because our kids get a choice of between, I'd say, between 5, maybe 8 different subjects that they can choose. They obviously have their core subjects as well. And I was looking at the list of the topics, and there's one on there that's completely fucking useless, and it's clear that it's only meant for people that they don't really want to put that much effort into, and it's I don't even know how this is even a GCSE, but it's something to do with social skills, right? It's not going to help you get you into college or a job or anything like that.
Right.
And they're trying to force Charlie to do that. And the thing is, he's not. He doesn't have a mental problem other than Tourette's.
Yeah.
He's a smart kid, and he's
Yeah.
he's capable of doing more than that.
And I've seen him live on your streams and so forth. And I mean, the Tourette's is obvious, but once you understand that he has that, that's not an issue.
Exactly.
Because the Tourette's makes it where he shouts out things and noises uncontrollably. But
the problem is for these teachers is it's a hindrance to them. That's the only. They did it to him in middle school, and they're trying to do it to him now. And his mum's a tough old lady, so I'm really hoping that she continues to fight to make sure that he gets the best education that he can.
Yeah, we follow each other on Twitter, her and I.
Yeah.
And that's a shame that they're doing it to. I like Charlie. How's he doing physically?
Well, he's obviously still got a long way to go. The frame that we
Right.
raised money to get for him is strengthening the muscles. It's preventing the muscles from fusing. I told you this anyway, but I spoke to his mum recently, and there's something else wrong with him now. And the thing is, I can't remember what it was. Well, no, she wouldn't tell me what it was actually.
Right.
All I know is that it's something. It requires a medical procedure that is very rarely done here in the UK, but done quite a lot in America, because America obviously are far ahead of us in terms of medical science. You guys do a lot more experimental stuff than us. So it's looking like that. I don't know how they're going to do it, but if he wants to get whatever fixed, he'll have to have some kind of operation in America, which, as you know, is going to cost an arm and a leg. I've thought about it, but I'm probably not going to raise money because we've already done that, and I wouldn't feel right doing it.
Yeah. If you all don't know who we're talking about, Charlie, I don't remember. It's been several months ago. I don't remember exactly when it was, but Bear done a 12-hour live stream that I was there for at least 10 of those 12 hours. I had to take a little nap in between, but I did keep you up at the end of it when you were fading. But to raise money, Charlie is a young lad that has had a playground accident. I'll tell the short story. Fell, got a massive head injury, and now is incapable of walking on his own and has the Tourette's. And we raised money to not only get him, it's like a stand-up wheelchair, it's a frame, but also a hoist to get him in and out of the bathtub, as I recall. We got enough money for both.
Yes, we did. No, apparently teachers have told him to be quiet in class as well. That's not. It's not. It can't be done. It can't be done. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm always very interested to hear about Charlie. He seems to be a really good kid, and he's had a tough knock, but he seems to be handling it with grace from what I've seen from Charlie.
Yeah. He can still do lots of gymnastics and stuff. Obviously, it's all upper body stuff. Very strong.
Yeah, his mom posts the gymnastic videos on Twitter sometimes, and I'm just amazed. I couldn't do what he's doing.
Yeah, that boy is all upper body. Incredibly strong. Very, very strong lad. And well, the frame that we got him means that he can do a lot of stuff to help around the house as well. He can dust, tops of the TV and, around the ceiling and stuff like that, where the edges are between rooms. And he can do the dishes now and stuff like that. And obviously, it saved his mother's back as well with the bath lift.
Yeah. I hope that they can get him the help he needs, even if it means coming here to the States to do it. Because I don't know. I have a special place in my heart for disabled kids. We've had that conversation. I won't go into the whole detail of it, maybe another time, but because I'm going to have to end this stream here pretty soon. But it just a special place in my heart for Charlie, you know, and I hope he gets the help.
Yeah, I hope so as well, and I hope he's able to pursue what, you know, an education. Well, yeah, I hope he's able to pursue an education.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I didn't want to go into a lot of detail, but my sister, just younger than me, was born with cerebral palsy, and she was told not only would she not walk or ride a bicycle, that she would probably die by the time she's a teenager, and that she would never have a normal life. This was in the 60s. She's 2 years younger than me. She's been married longer than I have. She has almost as many grandchildren as I do.
Good. Good.
So, yeah, I'd say she's had a normal life. And even along the way, she learned to walk by the time she was 3. She never learned to ride a regular bicycle, but she has a 3-wheeled bicycle that she rides. Yeah. And she's even went totally stone deaf along the way. When she reached adulthood, she lost her hearing.
That's unfortunate, but still better than the alternative from what the doctors were saying.
She is the personification of if life hands you lemons, you make lemonade.
Yeah, always good to see stuff like that. It's inspiring. Makes you appreciate stuff as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Although I'm fairly sure that I won't lose my hearing to any kind of illness. It'll be because of Sinatra says.
Well, if there's been an upside to her losing her hearing, it forced the rest of us to learn some sign language. She read lips very, very well.
Mm.
You really don't have to use it, but we did learn some in order to communicate.
Yeah, I met a lady like that a good few years ago. Who was deaf, and she could lip read perfectly.
Yeah, as long as you look at her. Now, she has a little trouble with me sometimes if my mustache gets overgrown, because she can't see my lips because my facial hair.
I can just imagine you now having just to shave the area around your mouth, like it's like cutting a little window out into your mouth, like just so she can see.
Well, if I can't drink my coffee without it dripping off my mustache later, I know it's time to trim it.
Yeah. In answer to Tim Baker, hey, I rate, how are your plans on moving to the States coming along? We need more angry fucks like you. Do you really? I mean, do you really want, like, because when if I could do it right now and move to America right now, the first thing I would go and do is I'd go buy lots of American things, right? So I'd go buy a big truck, I'd go buy a gun. Do you really think that it's a good idea for me to get my hands on a gun right now? No, I'm actually quite calm. The only way I could ever move to the States is if YouTube ever became a viable career for me, which at the moment it's not. So
I hope you do. We'll get you moved in here in the real America, the middle America, not the coasts.
Oh, I was in the Navy, you know, I mean, I lived on a warship for 5 years, and I don't like living near the sea, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fun to visit, but I don't think I'd want to live on either of the coasts. But hey, I know some do. Corey, one of my passionate followers of my NFL stream, he lives on the coast, but yeah. Well, I am going to have to end this because within 2 minutes, my grandkids will be getting off the bus, and I'm the only adult in the house at the moment.
Roger that.
Oh, thank you, son, for coming out and talking to me.
Thank you very much for having me, Dad.
No problem. Thank you, people, for coming out and joining us in the chat and just listening to me vent. I appreciate each and every one of you. Do share the video. Please do let people know about my channel. Let's see if we can at least get the 1,000 sub part so I can thumb my nose at YouTube. So, as always, guys, get out of my yard.
Bye, everyone.